Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the DCSEU's first fiscal year 21 contractor engagement series. This series is going to be directly related to how to work with the DCSEU. I'm Rick Fleury. I'm the Trade Ally Manager for the DCSEU, and I've pulled together a team of subject matter experts to go over various aspects of the services that the DCSEU is going to be offering in FY21. Next slide. Just a little bit about the DCSEU. The District of Columbia Sustainable Energy Utility, aka the DCSEU, really intends to help DC residents and businesses use less energy and save money on their bottom line. Since 2011, the DCSEU has certainly delivered financial incentives, equally important technical assistance, and information about energy efficiency to tens of thousands of district residents and businesses, helping them to save, quote unquote, millions of dollars on their energy costs. Our work is building a brighter economic, environmental, and energy future for the District of Columbia. Next slide, please. The DCSEU has several KPIs or goals that we have to hit for the district. Of course, there's electric savings and gas savings, but we also want to focus on green jobs, creating that local economic development opportunity for local folks in the District of Columbia. We do put a high emphasis on the income eligible by allocating certain amounts of spending and direct results for energy savings into that specific market. And we do focus a bit on renewables. Next slide. Three main areas that we focus on is certainly the residential market, which you'll hear from Ashley in a little bit, focusing on what's available for efficient products, tips and tools, et cetera, for our local district residents. We're also going to have a few folks talk about the commercial and multifamily opportunities, both on a prescriptive basis and what we call a custom tailored approach, offering a high level of quality technical assistance for the market. And we also do offer a workforce development program as well. Next slide. In addition to those main focus areas, there are three specific ways you as a contractor can engage with us, with your mutual client or customer. There's this, what we call a self-service approach, which is more of our prescriptive path for either the residential or commercial market, where you have a specific need for a specific technology. The self-service approach tries to minimize as much as possible the admin burden for you as a contractor and the interactions between you, us, and the customer to prescribe certain rebates for certain technologies that are pretty standard that we can promote. The custom service, which you'll hear in better detail, is really, there's a project that your mutual client is considering, and really the technology is not listed on the self-service module. You may be getting into some real high level interactive technologies. That's where we can help and really work together to come up with a solution for our mutual client. We also have what we call the contractor direct services, where we do focus a bit on working with select contractors in specific markets, to where we provide the technical assistance, a rebate that's based on the economics of the project. And it's really kind of a co-share where the DCSEU and the customer agreed to the funding level needed to move the project along. And in this instance, the DCSEU pays contractors directly. It's called our direct service model. Next slide, please. I'm going to turn it over now to Ashley, and she will talk about the commercial and residential prescriptive offerings.
Hey everybody, thanks Rick. As Rick said, I'm Ashley Counselor and the Program Manager for Residential and Commercial Prescriptive Programs. Next slide. So in our commercial and residential programs, in residential, we do a lot of lighting discounts at retailers. We do appliance rebates and HVAC rebates. And then for commercial and institutional or multifamily markets, we do prescriptive, and then we also do instant rebates. Go into that in the next slide. So for residential rebates, just to dig into a little bit, the residential is defined as apartment units, condos, or single family homes. So we, like I said, offer rebates for appliances, HVAC, smart thermostats, and water heaters. Customers or contractors can both, either of them can apply for the rebate. So customers can apply for, a washer dryer that they bought, or if they got a new like AC unit or water heater or boiler, the contractor that installed it can also just apply for the rebate. And then we also do discounts on retail lighting by working with retailers in the district, and we directly pay those retailers so they can offer light bulbs and lamps already at a discount for the residents. Next slide. And then for commercial rebates, we have two programs. One is called Business Energy Rebates, and the other is the Instant Business Rebates. So for business energy rebates, or as we like to call BER, we offer rebates for lighting, light bulbs, HVAC equipment, refrigeration equipment, food service equipment, refrigeration and things. And as part of the business energy rebates, we also have started a small business campaign. So we offer enhanced rebates for small businesses within the district. A small business would be any business that's less than 10,000 square feet. I believe we're offering about a 50% higher rebate for those. And then the instant business rebates is where we actually pay lighting distributors directly so that they can sell lighting and lamps, qualified lighting and lamps to contractors that are going to be installed in DC. Next slide. And then, so to apply for both residential and the commercial rebates, we actually now have the online rebate center. So it's an online portal on our website where you can fill out an application for either residential or commercial. A customer or a contractor can fill it out, and this is this is going to take the place a little bit of just paper forms. You guys can just fill it out online. What's called a shopping basket experience. You can apply for multiple rebates in, I believe, multiple areas all at once in one place. And then this is, we had started the residential one, and then recently we just started the one for a commercial. I think that about. Next slide. I'm going to now turn it over to Nicola, who's going to talk about these customs.
Hi all, my name is Nikola Jovic. I'm energy consultant here at DCSEU, and I'll talk about the custom process. So custom process covers all the equipment that's not covered by the prescriptive process that Ashley talked about. So how custom process works is building owners, property managers, they can apply for rebates by reaching out to us. There'll be assigned account manager from DCSEU, and these account managers work with the specific verticals, office buildings, residential buildings, hospitals, hotels, and they will develop the project with the property manager. They will kind of vet the project, and if there is a potential for energy savings, they will bring in engineer. Then me or some other engineer will analyze this project and calculate energy savings, and then we'll determine rebates based on the first year energy savings. And our incentive values are pretty constant. They were pretty constant in past, and they're around $35 per megawatt hour and around $8 per MMBTU. These incentives are paid after equipment is installed and commissioned. And also to mention, like we have like kind of different tracks, and we have new construction track and the market opportunity. And here, baseline for the equipment is current energy code in DC, that's IECC 2012. if the equipment is not on end of the life, if it still has like useful life, then the baseline will be efficiency of the existing equipment. Also, we have a program that's called Pay for Performance. This is a program where we use if there is any operational changes to the equipment, or if it's if it has any behavioral changes, and we calculate savings here by looking at the interval data, utility interval data, for 1 or couple years before installation of the measures and 1 year after installation of the measures. This program is now on the case-by-case basis due to COVID, and because buildings don't have consistent occupancy or consistent energy usage. We can go to the next slide. Also, besides offering incentives, we offer no-cost technical. And I'll just provide like some high-level information, and if there is any questions, we can go in details during Q&A session. So we offer site walkthroughs, and or now we offer virtual walkthroughs. So we will come to the property and walk the property with the property manager, and kind of offer like some ideas or suggestions for equipment upgrades or the change to the schedules that would result in energy savings. Also, we can look at the utility bills and see any anomalies that are showing higher usage than expected. Then we have peer-to-peer information exchanges. Right now, we have a cohort of universities where they meet under our guidance and they discuss their previous experiences and they discuss any new trends in energy efficiency. Also, we offer data logging of the baseline equipment and of the new equipment. Then I mentioned energy savings analysis and the payback analysis. And the last thing that I would mention, we offer guidance on the PR and marketing opportunities. And now I'll hand over to Rick that will go into more details about the differences between prescriptive and custom tracks.
Great. Thank you both, Ashley and Nicola. This is really meant to demonstrate to you all that really, regardless of prescriptive rebates or custom projects, you know, we're getting into the weeds a bit here. We want to make certain that you all understand, just reach out to us and we have a plethora of opportunities to work with you and your customer for everything from lighting to ventilation to refrigeration, food services, BFDs, you name it. Just reach out to us. That's really kind of the reiterative effect. We'll help you navigate whether it should go prescriptive or custom. I'm going to turn it over now to the next slide, which I believe Felena will talk to you now about our low-income program efforts.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Felena Wusu here. I'm going to be speaking more on the low-income programs here that we offer at the DCSEU. Next slide, please. All right, so today we'll be talking a little bit more in detail about the low income prescriptive program, as well as the IQEF, which stands for Income Qualified Efficiency Fund, in addition to the energy kits that we offer and what's included in them, and some of the food banks we've been working with in the past and currently, as well as a little bit more on how the low income direct install program works. Next slide, please. Thank you. All right, for the low-income prescriptive program, it's a program where multifamily buildings that are considering any lighting or HVAC upgrades, and if you ask what considers a multifamily building, it's 66% of the household that meets the 80% AMI guidelines that we make sure a building can qualify for funding considered to be a low-income property. This program for you as a contractor, you do not need to be under a subcontract here with us at the DCSEU, so it's open for anyone that is a contractor working here in the district to apply for this program. And the rebates that we offer, it's not only, we don't factor in the savings per property site. It's just, it's open to any, just mainly the measures that you're submitting that need to be done on site. We just factor in that variation of it. So you don't have to worry about considering is the savings within any range that we may have for this program. We do not factor that in at this time for this program specifically. And also per job site location, the maximum rebate that we would be able to provide is $100,000 in total. And you can go to the next slide. Here we have the links for both the low-income prescriptive lighting as well as the HVAC measures. The first link here is for the lighting measures that we offer and some of the Energy Star rebates that we offer. So if we go ahead and click on that first link, and I'll show you here, this is the website here. It gives you a little bit more detail on the program and some of the rebates that we did increase that is still ongoing until December 31st. As you can see, these are some of the measures that we are looking into that is acceptable for the program and the rebates that you will receive if this is the style and type of measure you would be installing on site. At the bottom, you can see there's a link for the application that you would submit to us listing all of your measures, as well as you would then receive a pre-approval letter. Once we review all your documentation, you have within 90 days to get that those measures installed on site. After that happens, we are doing, due to COVID as well, we're doing virtual remote inspections where we're listing all of the measures that you were received on your pre-approval letter, ensuring that that has actually in fact been installed with you sending us pictures, one close up, one from far away, and then that is then approved, and then you'll receive your incentive check within the next 60 days. Okay, yeah, we can go to the second link. For the HVAC measures, this is again a website for our low-income HVAC qualified measures. Here you'll also see a listing of the HVAC measures, whether it's a boiler furnace, water heater, heat pump, or AC unit. Again, some of our measures we did increase, and that is still ongoing until December 31st. We did some revamping of the program in this area, as well as we offer some thermostats as well. Again, same process as the lighting rebates. We all have an application process. You submit that, you'd receive a pre-approval letter, and you again have 90 days to install all of those measures, as well as receive a virtual remote inspection completed. And then you'll receive your incentive check. So that's it for our low-income prescriptive portion. And now here we have our IQEF Income Qualified Efficiency Fund. This program is eligible for, we give preference rather for our CBE certified business enterprises here, contractors that are here in the district. We are focusing on, so this program focuses on electric as well as gas measures. For the phase that we're running right now, it is only lighting that we're focusing on. And this program's budget right now is $1 million, as well as this is a competitive type of application process when it comes to submitting your documentation. I state that because we have a grading process depending on some of the measures that you're submitting, as well as a criteria that we grade by, whether this the savings per dollar, whether it's the residents impacted in the district, and as well as the matching funds that the customer that you are working with as a contractor will be able to contribute to that program, as well as if you also have any innovative measures that may not be eligible for our standard rebates, but it may deliver some great energy savings. We're also looking for those type of projects as well under our IQEF program. For the Energy Kit and Food Bank program that we offer, the Energy Kit, let me share with you, it has 3 different items inside. It has 6 omnidirectional light bulbs, as well as a bathroom faucet aerator, and lastly, a power strip. This kit that we offer, it is through our LIHEAP Center that you have to be an eligible LIHEAP recipient at this time, and we're able to send that out as long as you meet the requirements of a LIHEAP eligible customer. We're able to send you out a box, as you can see on the picture to your right, with those items inside. Anyone that can apply would be a past IQEF customer, as well as property owners here in the district. And some of the food banks that we've been working with due these some trying times that we've been experiencing are the Food for All in DC, Bread for the City, So Others May Eat. Some also call that Some, as well as Thrive DC. Some of the food banks we've been working with. We've had some really good turnaround with being able to help out those different locations with providing them with some of our energy kits here in the district. Next slide, please. And here you can see this is our website for the IQEF program that I mentioned, as well as the energy kit application that we are receiving to be submitted for a request for a kit. I'm not, Kaylin, we can click on the link, and if not, when we share the presentation, they'll be able to see more where you can apply. Here is the website for the IQEF program. Excuse me. And this gives you a little bit more detail on what allows you to qualify for the IQEF program that I briefly gave you a detailed description of earlier, and some of the selection criteria, as you can see here. Right now, again, we are receiving submissions for projects here in the district. It closes on October 30th. We'll be announcing those that will be awarded December 1st. Incentive agreements and work orders will be distributed by January 1st of 2021. And we expect all projects to be completed and submitted to the DCSEU by March 5th of next year. The application, and if you did not join us last week, we had a session last week. You can feel free to select this link here where you can get some more information on exactly this phase of the IQEF program that we're running right now. Definitely a lot of detail here, as well as this website here. At the bottom of this page, you will find the link for the application, as well as some more requirements that come along with the submission for this program. Thank you. And here we have the energy kit application. Again, those that are eligible to apply through the LIHEAP program, we just ask for basic information, your name, address, and we do a double check to ensure that you have not received the kit in the past. Once we know that, because these kits they're eligible for, they're good for at least 7 to 8 years. So there's no real need to apply for this type of a kit every year. So we just ask for some little bit of information from you, and then we go ahead and do our check, and then we, within I would say maybe at least 3 to 4 weeks, you'll receive your energy kit to your home. Thank you here. Thank you, and I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Howard Harris.
Thanks, Valena. Good afternoon, everybody. Howard Harris, account manager, handle all of our multifamily projects, and kind of the senior lead on our low income as well. So we wanted to dive into, as Valena spoke of with low income, there's Prescriptive, which is more of a one-to-one replacement. There's IQEF, which is more of a contractor direct install. And for projects that don't fall into any of those, and are just full projects that need to be looked at for overall energy savings, specifically gas and electric, we have a low income custom program. Next slide. So ultimately, the custom program, much like what Nicola was speaking about in previous slides, it applies to any new project or gut rehab project. Typically the way the process would work is, you have a project that is starting, it's funded, and this is a program that you would come to say, look, we're going to make this project with Energy Star appliances, high efficiency equipment, and we believe that we're, making this project very sustainable. We would like the DCSEU to take a look at our plans and really take a look at our plans for energy savings analysis. Once we do that, we then the engineers then come back to me, and we tie an incentive to those energy savings, and that incentive is paid out once the project has been completed. So what we'll do is at the end of your project, let's say you start a project next month, and you have it ready to go, you submit your plans. We would then take a look at those plans, provide an incentive agreement, and pay out that rebate at the end of the project. So if the project ends in March or June, that's when you would actually get your custom rebate. Just looking a little bit deeper at what would qualify and the major areas where you do see large savings. So certainly if you're looking at your plans, these would be areas that we would look at heavily to look for some savings. And number one would be definitely lighting. And it accounts for up to about 50% of electricity consumption throughout the DC businesses. And, you know, we're very well versed in looking at all lighting projects. We've worked with multifamily residences, universities, hospitals, hotels, parking garages, you name it. But we typically have, you know, we're very adept to looking at all lighting plans, analyzing them for energy savings, and it's usually a good place to get some good incentives. Certainly heating equipment, you know, any large boiler projects, updating of controls, modulating burners, steam traps, pipe insulation, projects of that note, cooling equipment, large chiller projects, controls, economizers, pumps, and then finally VFDs, variable frequency drives, which can provide great energy savings. So, you know, what I would recommend is certainly any projects that don't fall within the prescriptive or certainly don't get accepted into the IQEF program. If those projects are going to be producing energy savings of note, it's probably worthwhile for DCSU to take a look at it. So certainly encourage you to do so. If it's a multifamily project, you'll be working directly with me. If it's a project outside of multifamily, you'll be working with one of my sophisticated colleagues. So certainly looking forward to working with each and every one of you. Let's pass it back to Rick, please.
Great, thank you, Howard. What we'd like to also just touch briefly on our other contracting opportunities with the DCSEU. Next slide, please. There is one focus area that we didn't specifically dive into, which is solar. There's going to be 2 specific information sessions, as you can all see. First one is around the Community Renewable Energy Facilities, aka known as CREF, which will be on October 20th. There'll be an info session. And there'll also be a single family session on the 21st. So please, next slide, please. Really what we're do as valued partners to the DCSU is really sign up for our updates. This is the link below. So at the end of this process, please utilize this link and sign up for any and all updates that we have for our valued partner base, which you all are a part of. And we certainly really appreciate. Thank you, Kaylin, for putting that into the chat. We all look forward to working with you in the future for meeting the needs of our mutual client, which is the customers and businesses within the District of Columbia. Next slide, please. Really, I want to really take this time to thank you all. We've listed all of the folks here that have been part of the presentation today with our direct dials and our direct emails. In addition to that, I know we're going to have a general Q&A session. However, I'm also going to request that if you have specific needs that your firm needs from us, please reach out directly to me. Once again, I'm rfleury@dcsu.com, or call me and I'll set up a specific one-on-one check-in with any and all of you that reach out to get in specific needs for your business as well. Within that request specifically, if you do request, please put the subject areas that you're interested in having that one-on-one conversation with, and I will make sure that we have the subject matter experts in each of the functional areas be part of that proactive discussion. Now, at this time, I'd like to thank you all.